Okay, Miss Aries, pretty MC, okay, Hope you're enjoying. Thank you so much for staying back. I hope not for the lucky draw, but yeah, it will still have a massive value. But I realized that there isn't much question asked online. I don't know why. Yeah. Oh, okay, quite cheap. So maybe I should open later on, right? If you're okay to just see where But prior to that, let me wrap up a little bit. Is that okay? Yeah. Actually, I hope that you all really get massive value from the three speakers, right? As I spoke with them, and but not to disadvantage the young Mr. Leonard. My honor to sit with the young guy, and now he's so old. Okay. A little bit technical, right? I just saw the slides only yesterday, but when I was I was telling them at the end of it, I'm really impressed because software. There's a lot of folks out there that can just buy software and then just be a signal provider and then get some guys to subscribe to their signal, right? But this team is very different. Right? He's not alone. He is backed by a team. And experienced folks, in trading, there's no one who never failed, never lost, never bust account. Because you've never busted, you may not be able to pick up stronger, wiser, richer. That's what I believe. I don't know who has never lost money before. Oh, nobody lost money before. Nobody played. Nobody trade. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, you're still very attentive. Okay, great. Busted many times. Okay. So actually, number one, like I mentioned, we want to preserve our base, our cash base capital, right? I believe some of them actually shared how to preserve that cash base. It is actually not the profit that we should be pursuing, right? It is how your money manage your capital to preserve that cash. Outside is really very messy, very chaos, very uncertain. That's why I say everybody come here, we should walk out with confidence. We know what to do. So I believe that Mr. Clarence gave you some ideas because I was asking him, so what is he trying to sell? Seriously, when I look at his content, no content. That's what he told you. It's really say, he say, basically is that he loves to mentor and coach. Right? He will definitely guide folks who like to self-trade. He can, give some ideas of the trend of the stocks. And now in MT5, you have fractional stocks. Fractional means that you don't need to buy the whole. If you have a limited budget, right? You can go into MT5 and buy fractional, diversify. No point just go into one endeavor. If down, then that's it. And there's no more like buy low, sell high kind of. It's not this period. Right? It's not this period. That's why I say, not so much of people tell you a dollar cost averaging, you keep buying when you never know. And since there's 90 days grace or something like that, then be prepared. 90 days later is when? Which month? You have 90 days to impart, to really learn. Whether, I think 90 days, I'm not too sure whether the US market is continue going to, drop. Or along the way, maybe, the market is really kind of built in. Yeah? So take note. That means it's like, you don't go and grab the Buddha's leg, last minute, right? You should hone your skill, your trading skills. And I thought that you should stay in the market by your own self-trading as well. Okay? And then you can mirror the rest that actually, the signal providers that allow you to mirror them. Right, because by right you have your own style, and then by staying in the market, not just read the CNA news every day I read. Then the whole last week I was having heart attack because Victor. So I was talking to the speakers, right, the last week already, what kind of content is supposed to send to me to take a look and see whether align or not. So I was asking him, because actually, okay, I trade gold. So Victor was like, I was asking him, shall we just have a buy position? That was like a couple of weeks ago. So he quiet, a couple of days later, come back. See, already profited, I don't know, 10-20%. If you can profit in other markets, why risk gold? Well, the answer very classic. That's it. Fine, I know. You want to follow, not with him on gold. Okay? Yeah. Then, of course, Mr. Clarence Chi got better to have no style. Because you know what? Donald Trump, so unpredictable. You know his style, no? his style is unpredictable, disruptor. Okay, so can you be a transformer during disruptive time? So you must learn from Mr. Clarence Sheila. Sometimes, as we spar, very interesting, he can be, I was thinking, you what, no content. Yeah, so he said boring, right? Just quote and unquote. So I said, what is exciting? You mean you're preparing for a planning, do you reckon that Mr. Trump is going to be assassinated or something? I don't know. He said, yeah, getting ready to attend the funeral. Interesting. That's why I say interesting to don't stay trading alone. I hope this symposium brings you coming together, alright? You have, whether you call it guru, because to me it's like we always have to stay humble in the market, because we are not against, we should ride with the trend, with the wave, but we should get prepared, and you have to be really doing the trading, then wow, risk management not easy, wow, psychology, emotion is really not easy, right? And then you cannot just suddenly, decide what to do, don't cut or whatever, right? Whether they should cut or don't cut, have stop loss or don't stop loss, you decide. But you won't be able to decide until you go and try out yourself and put in the money you can afford to lose. Diversify as well. So now we diversify different styles, right? So there are folks that are still working, right? So that is why Mr. Leonard, the team, to combat the emotion part, that is where the automation comes in. But doesn't mean that automation will not let you lose money. But then all those that they shared, I saw that it's really a whole lot of experience and been there. Then they realized that, then they shared, yes, you're proning, how to reduce the risk. Don't just go for that gain. How to minimize the risk, preserve the capital. So whatever Leonard shared just now, I hope you all really get that. Those are very important points. And they managed to put everything together into that expert advisor. They don't just buy it anywhere, right? They code it and they do it, they review it, because it's a thing. They review it every other day. And with the market, again, I was asking them, so how this week, what's the gain, right? They say they are spectators. That is fine also, right? That's fine. Don't need to enter the market if, let's say, that it's not going to be. Why risk your capital? So this is they practice what they preach. That's why I say I respect, all three of them as what they mentioned, right? So I hope they really get massive value back. On the self-trading part, be in the market, right? With Clarence Chi. Of course, Mr. Victor say you learn from him very different style, right? So you have his course, fundamentals, I agree. You need to understand certain economics, right? Before you copy, you mirror, you know what you're doing, and then you can self-trade. And then with, after that you find that self-trade is so stressful. You can then decided to, why not I just follow, right? Victor, or in fact, Mr. Leonard, they also our signal provider, right? If you can resonate with how they risk manage their base capital and still able to make I think almost about 20% per month. And for that 1 year, I'm very impressed with 1 year track record. I was looking at their account, wow, they really practice, After profit, withdraw out. You get me? So when you risk it again, you're risking on your initial capital. But perhaps you already risk-free because you could be actually risking only on the earlier profit you made. Whether it makes sense to compound, you decide. Right? But the best practice is to withdraw out profit regularly, either weekly or monthly, it depends. If it's like copy trading, actually you still have your choice. You are still in control of your own account. But be careful when you exit the position that's in your account, or you add position, because that will impact your margin, that will impact your equity for new trades that comes in. So try to have different accounts lah. Yeah, at AIMS, thank you to that. We can have one account for self-trading, one account for follow trade. So that's fine. So okay, that's fine. And then you can be with any of the, you can spare with them, but don't be confused by any of them because they specialize in different markets. So you diversify your portfolio yourself, right? Okay. So now, so far, any questions from the floor that's dying for any of the speakers? So quiet. Open for Q&A first. Yes.
So, because what's the difference? And so, like, because there is a carrying weight of inflation, so does that affect the code?
You all heard the question? The question, this gentleman.
Yeah, I was asking this how often does he update the code in this report? And how does the weekly news or even daily news impact the code?
So, yeah, thank you for the question. So it depends, right? So we have simulator to simulate this kind of market conditions. So daily news referring to the no CPI or
okay, like monthly we got an FP.
yeah.
Then we also got PPI, IWC, CPI, all that.
Yeah.
So all those news sometimes I realize something that from 8:30 or 9:30 think up down. How I understand that you avoid that you also somehow it's session market. So can we modification to your code according to those you think that it will not impact that much because
So generally we need to understand how volatile the asset is. So for example, USD, we need to know the ATR of the day. We need to know how much it moves generally in a day, and then we brace for that, and then we adjust our strategy because I made the program such that it is systematic but yet flexible enough to adjust to certain parameters we want to set. Right, so based on the experience from my team, we can adjust the parameters, make the steps bigger, lot size smaller if it's very volatile the next day. And then for news like, for example, tariffs, we know that this period it is very volatile. We just choose not to trade. CPI and FP we also choose not to trade. So days like Fridays we don't trade. We only trade maybe cut off at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. every day. Yeah, so this is how we manage our risk. And then how often we reprogram the software, we don't really reprogram, we add new features. So just now I mentioned the signal bridge, right? We want to learn from other people, from other indicators. So my team had an idea, we want to get indicators from TradingView. Maybe MetaTrader is not enough. So I program a signal bridge. It is a Python program, receive signals from TradingView, and then send these signals into MetaTrader to execute the trades. So these are some new features that we constantly think of and constantly update.
so is it like a monthly like batching, right? Like in computer we call it batches.
Yeah.
So how often do we deploy these batches?
It's not a bug fix, it's not anytime.
So just anytime
Just anytime. Anyone has the idea, think about it, brainstorm, update, then yeah. It's a new feature, it should not update it should not affect the old code. Yeah, it will go through that.
Because actually I always wanted to but I'm able to learn myself. So I give up on self-learn.
Yeah. I mean, I showed some resources where you can use EA. I mean, you also can talk to us and see how we can learn from each other. But generally, if it's very hard to pick up, maybe you can see which EAs online or resources are suitable for you, and then which one you're comfortable with, and then you can just use them.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright. Thank you to this gentleman. Now, any of you who have find that your trading is decent, right? Your trading style, your own style is decent, and you'd like to be our entrepreneur, like meaning that you can also be our signal provider, like Grab driver. So you also can have passengers, following you, but don't go to crash lah. So everybody must learn how to put on seatbelt. Now, somehow the Grab driver is a safer driver than if you don't have any passengers. Do you agree? Yeah, correct. Because they say that they crash, they hurt themselves only lah, you know what I mean? But they will. That's why I say you bring yourself to the next level when you allow for followers to follow you, to subscribe to you. You are even more accountable to your situation in your account, right? So you actually upgrade your capacity to be a driver. Not easy, yeah. Grab driver, of course, you have to go through tests, right? Because if you upgrade yourself, then it's really different. So I say that I admire those, who sit down here. They piggyback together with you to journey, and they use their own live account.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Any question?
At least one.
Huh? Oh, he's on the phone. Calling Aries, Michael. Any other questions that you want to ask any of the speakers here? Don't be shy. Or you want to personal offline, is it?
Clarence, you are pessimistic on the Hong Kong and China IT, right?
What IT?
Hong Kong and China IT sector.
Yes. But
Besides IT, what other sectors? Some of the medical and the
okay, you are asking a question which AS does not have the product.
oh, okay.
Okay, but I will just briefly answer you.
Uh,
The two remember just now I mentioned 3 ETF, right? 2 of them are basically tech.
right.
Okay, we diversify even over the tech. The third, the 3115 is basically the Hang Seng, the Hang Seng Index ETF. So that means blue chips.
Okay.
So I don't care. And these 3 ETF has the 2 tech ETF year to date is already 50%.
Yeah, but I'm referring to the certain sector, certain
Okay.
particular stock, is it?
Yes, because we are riding on the AI from DeepSeek, all this from China side.
Uh-huh.
So we believe that it has a lot of upside. Therefore, margin of safety is good for us to take the risk.
Oh.
That's good. So,
Okay, actually, Amos is inside the MT5, the Hong Kong stocks. So you can write on Alibaba. Alibaba also launched their own AI, right? Similar to ChatGPT. They have Tencent also in MT5, or Baidu. You know, so they have a lot of tech stocks in the MT5, which you can actually look into it.
okay. Yeah, if you have been, investing in stocks, my take is stay liquid, because more discounts is coming. But you can short. A short is sell. Only CFD, you can do in MT5. There's so many stocks, and then if let's say you can, currency is able to scan and see which is the good stocks for you to short or for you to long, then you can have a portfolio. And now with fractional shares, like I mentioned, with limited budget, you can hold a portfolio, and you can stay liquid by in out also, which is good. Like you don't need to, nowadays like there's this Chinese term, 不在乎天长地久，只在乎曾经拥有. Nowadays is correct, because that which in English it meant that it's not about everlasting anymore. That's why the watch, I think MIA. This tagline comes from this watch, right? I can't remember what's the watch name, but it's not our city chain. Yeah, a little bit. So now that's why I say we use phone. Right? I don't even wear watch, just for aesthetic, maybe Rolex. But so that's why I say it's not. Don't need to go long, because the market is too erratic. It's too fast. So it now makes sense. Cash flow comes in like they call it like if it's automated, because sometimes human can't be so fast, right? You follow Victor although senior age, still can buy in and out very fast, right? Heart very strong. So auto means that continue to milk the market. I learned this term, continue to milk the market. If let's say they're good at Euro USD, right? Then they milk it during that the account won't be like gonna kick the kind of, So that's why I say it's a strategy as well. Actually, whatever they need, Len actually shared quite a fair bit of tips and strategy to look into. I say that, wow, you're so generous. Yeah, but it's not easy to put together. Not easy to apply. Right? That's why I say, and because we cannot, a lot of people, they just quote and then that's it. You think it can last you for the whole year. Wait, no, not so easy, because you don't know, you cannot predict unless you go to those German sea or feng shui, don't know which month, market, earthquake, don't know what, challenging. Right, then you cannot. So that's why I say stay liquid rather than get into tied down, and be very careful with your cash. So your cash cannot be limited cash. The value keep diminishing because of the inflation. So you need to cannot just put in the bank, Then how? But cannot also anyhow whack and lost it in the market as well. So you all must learn that, no choice. You have to learn that first before you start to. We cannot be like, hey, how come you lost? You got cut loss. How come you don't know? Then it's blaming others. But we make the decision. So in order for you to make wisdom decision, you must have that basic knowledge. And so I say stay in the market. Then you understood. It is really not easy. It can be very stressful. But not doing anything, you're also being hit by the tariff. Okay? Not doing anything is also being hit by the tariff. Is there any question for viewers? Okay, one question for one each. To be fair, Mr. Say. Whatever. Last time when I first met him, I know so long already, right? His surname is Say, right? Everything, whatever he say, you follow. Yes, precisely. Still clear up, yeah. Okay. Lecturer. Okay. So, but what he said just now carries a lot of value. Whether how much lots to put there. That's why I say you must really go. Then you can appreciate and resonate what he meant. Right? There is demo account, but don't always demo lah. Demo and no real money, The monopoly then demo, right? So that's why I say. But then you follow at the same time. You have another account. You also self trade. I think that's what his students. So always upgrade. Right? Because if not, you will really be disrupted. No more comfort zone, right? Any questions for Mr. Singh?
Ask you during break.
Ask during break. Okay, fine. So we will leave more time so that because Leonard don't have the luxury during break to go. Nobody swam to him for autograph and all that. You're so sad. So that's why I must. Okay. So now that you can actually ask him. I think he has a team with him as well.
One question.
One question.
Okay, question to Leonard. So Leonard, in our Meta 5, right? This platform, does it have any fee if we do any form of trading? And the next question is, your competitors like Philip Poems, they also have something like Meta 3, if I'm not wrong. So today, your competitors yet to launch Meta 5, but you on fractional shares buying and selling? Two questions here.
There's Meta 3.
Meta 4.
That's Meta Trader 4 and Meta Trader 5. It's not a competitor.
It's not a competitor.
You just use the platform. And then it is free to run your EAs over there. And then your fees come from your broker or whatever broker you choose. It can be zero commission or it can be zero spread and then a bit of commission. So it's not a competitor. But you can, after you program the EA, you can just run it freely. It lets you host this for free. And you can just let it run as well as you leave your computer on. You can execute the trades based on whatever indicators you set. Yeah.
So it works exactly like your the Philips point, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then to Zella, so to people who are these days lacking in time, so do you mean to say self-trade may not be necessary, but to go into so-called your algorithm trading, where sometimes we don't have time to go do all the focus on doing sell in, sell out. So in terms of using algorithm trading in place of human, I'd say the human attention for that volatile market movements here.
Okay. Sorry, where are you? Couldn't see.
I'm right here.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. My eyes also good. That's why I just copy trade. So, yes, if you are, you still learn self-trading, maybe, demo. That's why I say still in the market. You must actually really go enter the position to have some knowledge, not like totally no knowledge. So, yeah, understand that even if they are demo account or just small account, just small live account, you experience that you transcend from a demo, never mind lose lot, to like suddenly live account, oh my god, what should I do? So you can get appreciate better whether to copy or even auto trading. Now auto trading, that's why I say that there's many auto trading available out there, right? But that's why they shared how they actually constantly review it and what kind of a risk mechanism into it, right? So you find that it's fine. You can always also subscribe to their signal, right? At that Ames Exchange, the copy trade platform, right? So our strategy partner, we have all kinds of instruments for us to make opportunities in the market, right? And diversify. You can have automated trading, and then Victor is manual trading. So you can have both. You can have two different MT4. Okay, one copy automated, copy, and then they different markets some more. So also diversified. They specialize in Leonard's side, specialize in EU. Victor's side, he's 3 at EU. You know what? Aussie, Kiwi, whatever. Also got JPY lah. So because it's hard to take it lah, it's the master to follow, right? So never mind. If you don't like, you can also block JPY is one. So
Very small.
very small lots. But I see, yeah, correct.
The volatility allows you to make decent profits.
So diversify, okay, diversify. So here actually we have three. That's why I say you can learn some self trading through Mr. Clarence G. You can also copy if you like the the fundamentals, the economics of Mr. Guru's, Mr. Say, and of course Leonard is the automated part. How because they just avoid, let's say it's not necessary to trade. Right, which is also good. Also, you get out of it. You see how people say get out of that very high risk aspect, right? By trading in market that he can manage, rather than too erratic by Mr. Trump. Okay, yeah.